Here is the C++ program, and note that since it's the program to read a file, we will be using input file stream object. The program control moves to line 6, where we declare two character variables, ch, and my file name with 50 as the character limit. On line 7 we have instructed to prompt for the file name. I enter 1.txt, which we had just created in our last program. The file name that I typed in gets stored in the variable myFileName. Program control then shifts to line 8, where we create the input file stream object, named myFile, and using this object, we open the file that's stored in variable myFileName. Then on line 9, it's checked if the myFile object has succeeded in opening the specified file. Note that the current folder we are in is the F drive. You can cross-check it at the top left corner here. Remember that we had saved the 1.txt file in local disk E, and the system will search for 1.txt in the current folder, that is in F drive. So the system will generate an error as the file couldn't be found and opened. Hence the control enters the if block and prints, unable to open file. It will then exit this program by the exit 0 command. Let's check another scenario. On line 7, when the program control prompts to enter file name which is to be read, I enter file name with the path, e:\1.txt. It's stored in the variable myFileName. On line 8 of program code, we create the input file stream object, myFile, from the class ifstream, and open the file, 1.txt, from E drive. Line 9 checks if opening the file failed or not. This time, the file open operation is a success. So control doesn't enter the if block and jumps to line 14. File open success statement is printed onto the output screen. Here is the 1.txt file for our reference. Note that when a file is opened, by default, an internal pointer points to the first location in the file. Control shifts to the next line, and it says, get the character where the file's internal pointer is pointing to and save it in ch. It's pointing to the first character m. So m is stored in the variable named ch. Program control then shifts to line 16, the while loop. It checks if we have reached the end of file. No. It's just the first character in the file. Hence, the control enters this while loop, and counts, or prints, the character ch on output screen. Program control then shifts to line 19. It says to get the character. Note that after the character m, as read by the previous get function, internal file pointer auto shifts to the next position. So now, the next character y is copied to the variable ch, and control shifts to top of while loop. It's checked if end of file has reached. Once again it's a no. Line 18 is executed. On output screen, the character y is printed. The loop continues. Entire contents as in the file 1.txt are printed onto the output screen. Next line. Then the next line. And finally the program terminates. So this is how the characters from a text file are read by the input file stream.